go to properties and TCP IPv4. I'm going to give it static 172.16.30. What did we say? Okay, it was 10.100, and it's gonna be /24. Okay, I'm not gonna use any DNS, so I'll just click OK here, OK, and close this. So ipconfig 172.16.10.100. If I go to this mem1, I've got the IP address 172.31.10.20. Okay, so I need to change that. Go to the client. 31, not 16. So okay, so what we did here is this member server has got two IP addresses or two network cards. So first we are moving this client machine from London switch, we move it to internet switch, and the VPN server has got two network cards. One is connected to London switch with IP address 10.10.0.20, and another one is connected to the internet switch with IP address 172.31.10.20. Our client machine is connected to the internet switch as well, and it's got IP address 172.31.10.100. So if I go to the client one again, ipconfig, yep, 172.31.10.100, 10.100. And if I go to the mem1 here, 172.31.10.20, 172.31.10.20. So client machine should be able to ping that member server in the internet. So ping 172.31.10.20. Okay. If the pings they don't go through, it's a firewall on that member server that is blocking it. So we go to the member server. We open the firewall. Just need to type WF. There we go. Okay, so we go to the inbound rules and change the file and printer sharing. Echo request. Yep, press OK. Now if you go back to the client machine, repeat that command. Yep, we got reply now. That's great. So there's a communication through the internet with that VPN server. So now we have to install the VPN service. So go to mem1, close this and this. On the server manager, add roles and features. So the role that we're gonna add, because from here we need to create a VPN. So we need to install. This server is great. It's got two network cards, one connected to the London switch, one connected to the internet. Now the internet PCs, they're gonna try and VPN on that card towards the internet. So we need to install routing and remote access. So go to the mem server. It's on the role. So click next. Under here, we need to type. It's called remote access. Okay. After you just check that everything is fine, it will give us enable us that we can carry on. So click next, next again, and what we need to install is this direct access and VPN. So what we're doing at the moment is just VPN. Direct access is the future lessons. We're gonna do routing as well later, so I'll tick that as well. Click next, next again, and take everything, all the features that need it, and install. Okay, I'll pause the video, come back when this is done. Okay, if you go back to the slides, configuration requirements. So configuration requirements for VPN, we need 2 network interfaces, one for public connection or the internet and one private local area network. IP, we have to think about IP address allocation. We said that we're going to get this virtual IP address, and we have to think how we're going to get it. Are we going to get it statically or from the DHCP? Then the authentication. Who's going to do the authentication? NPS, network policy server, or Radius, or VPN server. And then if we get the IP address through DHCP, we have to think of something called relay agent considerations, and the membership in the local administrator group or equivalent. Configuring routing and remote access. Remote access we can configure. Again, this one we'll see when it comes after we install. Let's go back and see if it's done. Almost. Okay. Okay, the installation has completed. So here I can just click close, and I'm done. After I have installed, I can click tools. Then in here I should see it, remote routing and remote access. Click on that. Okay, it's like a red arrow pointing downwards because I need to still configure it, so it's not configured. Configure the routing and remote access server. So I have to right click and configure and enable routing and remote access. Next. Now here we have few choices. We can configure remote access for dial-up or VPN. That's what we're doing right now. We can configure this server to be our network address translation that we saw it in the start of the lesson. We can configure to them this router or this server to be both VPN and NAT. We can configure this server to secure connection between 2 private networks, or custom configuration. Here we can configure like a routing. We'll come back to that. We'll choose this remote access, dial-up or VPN. Click next. What do we want to do? Do we want a VPN or dial-up? VPN, we can use our internet connection that we have already. Dial-up, we have to use something like a modem that we have. Okay, so here we're going to use a VPN. Click next. Now the choice is asking us what interface connects to the internet. Which interface is actually the clients. They're going to come from the internet and try to access, go inside our local network. They're going to come through this interface that's connected towards the internet. This tick here enables like a security static packet filtering that enables only the VPN traffic to go through this interface. If you want only the VPN traffic to go through that interface, you leave it ticked. Otherwise, if you want other traffic, you untick it. Click next. Now it's we need to decide about the IP addresses. How are we going to get the IP addresses? From the DHCP, or you can assign a specific range. Okay, let's assign a specific range. So for example, our VPN clients are going to get addresses from this network 10.10.10.0. From 201 up to 10.10.0.205. We just want 5 VPN clients. We don't want any more. Click OK. Click next. And what about the do we want to configure Radius server? At the moment we don't have any Radius server, so we're not going to configure the Radius server. Click next, and it's done. Finish. To support the relay agent, this is just like an informational thing about the I need to install the relay agent. Okay. Okay, now it's going to start as well, the service. Excellent. It's all done. I go to IPv4. Now, first of all, we have to think of the interfaces. We have few interfaces, internet, internal, internet. The ports, if I right click on the ports, go to properties. See, I got 128 port numbers for each SSTP, IKE, PPTP layer 2 tunneling protocol. We can configure them, add more ports, reduce the port numbers. For example, we had only 5, so we can go to reduce this to 5. That's all we need. Yep. If that's that message, that error, that information message, it was if you gonna have more than 5.